Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. As you guys are coming into the live room, and if you're watching the replay, type in replay in the chat. Type in replay in the chat. I won't be on here too long, guys. I will not be on here too long. I am struggling with allergies right now. I am struggling with all the things, guys. But as you guys are coming in the virtual room, drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat. Also, if you guys are coming to the Beauty Supply Bootcamp weekend, let me also know in the chat as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on into the virtual room now. Come on into the virtual room. Welcome, guys. Hello, hello, hello. I'm welcoming everyone into the room on Instagram and on Facebook. Welcome. Join the live stream. Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you guys are repping today. I'm logging in from Queens, New York. Born and raised. All right, so I'm all set up here. Got my little pen going. All right, it's good to see everyone. I'm not going to be on here too long. First of all, if you guys are new to my page, welcome, welcome, welcome. I haven't been live in a while. So I am Janice Fredericks. I'm a retail strategist and beauty supply consultant. So I teach entrepreneurs how to break into the $17 billion beauty supply industry to create six-figure beauty supply stores for themselves, the same way I did with my own beauty supply stores 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, if you guys are new around here, 10 years ago, I started my beauty supply store. It was over 10 years ago. I started my beauty supply store called Fabulous Freddy's here in Queens, New York, because one day I found myself in a store and I was shopping and not getting helped. And I saw other women, Black women in particular, shopping and not getting helped. And some people were followed around, and some people was just not being treated right, as many of you guys know. A lot of our beauty supply stores are Asian owned, and so we don't get the proper treatment, we don't get the proper help, we don't get the proper assistance. And so I decided over a decade ago that I wanted to be the change I wanted to see in this industry, because it is a business that I spent a lot of my own coin in, and it is a business that Black women in general spend a lot of money. And so why not build a business in a space where you know you are number one consumer and you know that you can do a better job than your counterparts? So that's exactly what I did. I went ahead and opened my beauty supply store called Fabulous Freddy's. Like I said, I launched it here in Queens, New York, where I was born and raised, in my community. And we ran those stores for over 8 years. I was considered a huge pioneer in this movement because, again, we're almost talking about a decade ago. And with me being this huge pioneer in this movement, I was acknowledged by so many different magazines, one being Black Enterprise magazine as a pioneer in this industry, and just bringing light and awareness to the disparity of ownership, Black female ownership in particular, in this industry, was something that was a goal of mine when I was in business. And with that being a goal of mine, a lot of people reached out and wanted to do the same thing I was doing, wanted me to teach them everything that I taught myself in New York City on how to build a store, how to be successful, how to start small and scale, all of that good stuff. And that's where I created the Beauty Supply Bootcamps program and our Done For You services. And we've been doing that for over 5 years, which brings us to my special announcement. So as you guys know, we are having our annual Beauty Supply Bootcamp weekend event in Atlanta, Georgia. Next weekend, literally 1 week from now, we will all be gathered as a big family in Atlanta, Georgia, so that myself and my team is going to teach you guys how to build and scale beauty supply stores, how to build and scale your own beauty supply store. And so next weekend, literally a week from now. I cannot believe this time is here. I cannot believe it. But we will all be meeting in Atlanta, and I'm super super excited about it. Now, about 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, we sold out of our live tickets. Since then, we have been able to get into a bigger room. I fought hard to get into this bigger room so that we can accommodate more people. And so we still have live tickets left. We still have live tickets left. That's announcement number one. We still have a few seats left for live tickets. We have like 2 seats left for VIP. So if you go to beautysupplybootcampweekend.com, you can check out all of the details. Special surprise or announcement number two is that we are also adding a virtual component to the weekend. And so for whatever reason, if you cannot find childcare, you cannot get off. Because I want y'all to come to Atlanta. I need y'all to be live in the room. But if you cannot, we do have a virtual option that is available. So if you go to Beauty Supply bootcampweekend.com, there is a virtual option for you guys to join virtually, And so I implore you that if you don't have your ticket, if you do not have a ticket, either live or virtual, you need to get one. You need to decide which one it's going to be. Okay. Because we need to be in this space. We need to be live. We need to get this information, especially if you are someone who wants to open a store this year. If you are looking to open a store this year or even next year, because we're almost like halfway through the year, which is crazy, you need to be in the room getting this information, because what I'm going to be talking about this year is how to open a beauty supply store during a recession or during high inflation. Because a lot of you guys know that I opened my beauty supply store during the mortgage crisis of 2008, which was a really bad recession. Unemployment was very, very high at the time. So I was and I'm going to be teaching you guys and sharing with you guys my experience of opening a store during the last recession, some of the things that I considered, and some of the things that now, 12 years later, I would consider, and I'm going to teach you guys those things during that weekend. So, beautysupplybootcampweekend.com. What I want to do now is share with you guys some of the amazing speakers that are going to be joining me this weekend. So, first of all, our keynote speaker, Candace Holyfield, six-figure spa chick. She is our keynote speaker for this year. I'm really excited to have her come out. Really excited, really honored to have her come out because she is such a genius, a wizard, just amazing when it comes to branding and marketing your beauty business. And so, if you guys are not familiar with Candace Holyfield, she is a woman who had built a multiple 6 and 7 figure spa beauty business. She helps beauty business owners market, scale, grow their beauty businesses. And so we are bringing her to the main stage at the Beauty Supply Bootcamp weekend so she can talk specifically about branding and marketing your beauty supply business, because as you guys all know, right, this is an industry where there's a beauty supply store on every single corner in every single neighborhood. A lot of people consider it oversaturated. I'm not a fan of that term. However, I do believe that when you come into this business, your branding and your marketing needs to be on point if you are going to compete with the big boys. And so I got one of the most amazing marketers in the beauty industry, period. In the beauty industry, period, coming out to share game with us about that. I have Jason Jones coming out, which is a credit specialist. He's going to be talking to us about building that business credit, really understanding the ins and outs of that so that you can get the funding that you need for your beauty supply store. I have Tiffany Mayfield coming out. She's going to be talking about grants and also securing that free bag, right? Because we all know that grants is something that we do not need to pay back, but we don't know where these grants are, right? These are not grants that are that you can Google, right? And so as a specialist in the area, she's going to be teaching us where to find these grants, where to get this money. So again, we can get the proper funding for our beauty supply store. Now, as you guys are hearing me talk about all these speakers, a huge part of this weekend is really going to be getting you guys the funding that you need for your store. If you have been struggling on funding specifically, if you have been struggling on figuring out how much you need in funding specifically, this weekend is going to focus heavily on the funding. Whether you have a store or you don't have a store, you are going to need funding, right? You need funding to start the business. You also need funding to grow the business. So I found myself in my second or third year business still needing more money for my beauty supply store so I can add more of the inventory that people were looking for, right? Because as you guys know, when we get started with our stores, we have a vague idea of what people want. It's not until you literally open your doors that you really understand what your community needs from you. And that's just based on you actually just opening these doors, having the people come in and just asking them what it is that they want from a beauty supply store. But again, that type of data, you don't receive that type of data until you actually are in business. So you will find like around year 2, I guarantee you around year 2 to year 5 that you are going to need a second cash injection just to fill the store with the items that your customers now want, right? Also, we're in an industry where there's trends. Things get introduced into the beauty industry, right? Things change, right? Things change. And so you also need to be able to pivot with any changes necessary. I say all this to say that you will need some cash injection, you will need some funding, right? And so why not get free funding if you are going to need funding, right? Why not use OPM, other people's money? So Tiffany and Jason, they're going to give us the tea on all of that, right? I'm going to have my good sis Nikki Klug come out, who is a award-winning interior designer. She also works with our team to help build premium, beautiful beauty supply stores, right? And so she is going to be coming out and talking to you guys how to build a $1 million looking beauty supply store, right? Something that's going to be set apart from the competition. Because again, the name of the game, right? The name of the game is for you guys to be able to create these amazing, luxurious beauty spaces that is going to be so different, right? That when people come in, right, they're not even going to be able to understand what it is that they're stepping into because it's going to be such an experience. Like, what is this, right? That is the feedback that you want people to have when they step into your beauty supply establishment, right? And so Nikki Klug is going to be giving us all of the tea on the different elements that make up an amazing experience, an amazing beauty supply store. We are also going to have my special family member of mine, my auntie, coming out, Doris DaCosta. A lot of you guys don't know, but we had a Fabulous Freddy's in Bermuda, which is a small island outside of America. And she's going to be talking about creating a beauty supply store internationally. So a lot of us are looking to open beauty supply stores here in the US, but at some point you may want to expand into international waters, right? Because in international waters is still pretty much untapped. And so she's going to be coming out and teaching us how to set up for our international expansion. And if you know someone who is in the Caribbean or who is just outside of the US that is interested in opening a beauty supply store, you might want to invite them to this conference because this session is going to be good with them. This session is going to be good to them. So she's gonna be talking about that. I'm also going to be having my good sis Melody Baukelman come out, and she's going to be talking to us about creating your own private label items, your own private label products for your beauty supply store, which is another gem, right? Because it's one thing to have all of the brands underneath the sun in your beauty supply store and making money off of those brands, but it's another thing to have your own brand, create your own products, whatever that is, right? She has created thousands of products. She's helped people literally create thousands of different products, brands from skincare, hair care, feminine hygiene products, everything, anything you name it, Melody has created. And she is going to be coming out, y'all, to teach us how we can create our own brand, our own products, which is such a gem. And she's so good at what she does. And so I'm extremely honored that she's going to be coming out and speaking during the weekend. Not last but not least, we have our special MC, Dante Steffens. He is a mindset coach. He's bomb.com. He's going to be emceeing the entire weekend, giving us that good mindset, growth mindset that we need to actually be able to go through this journey, because y'all, it is not easy. It is not easy. And so it really starts with having the proper mindset, and then having myself and the team come in to give you the blueprint on everything you need to do. But you need to be mentally prepared for all of this, right? And so that's why I'm extremely happy to have Dante come out to really get us straight with our mind, so that we know that we can do this. We know that if we have seen somebody else do it, that we can do it. That we know that once we get the information, that gives us the confidence to get it done, because a lot of us are fearful. A lot of us are not confident. A lot of us feel like we don't know what we're doing. That's the entire purpose of having this 3-day weekend, so that you can know exactly what to do, so that we can give you this blueprint, and that you can take it once this weekend is over and implement everything we are teaching you. But the thing is, y'all, I want you to be able to come and show up, and not show up, but be prepared to do the work, because our work sessions are designed for you to actually get the stuff done live, so that you can have a team member look over your information to make sure that it's good. That is the purpose of us actually getting together live. This is why I really, really don't care for virtual events, because y'all know 90% of what I do is virtual. This weekend right here, I need you guys to be live. I need to see this stuff. I need to talk to you face to face about your vision. I need to understand what it is you want to create in your community, so that we can get it done at the end of the weekend, right? That's the entire purpose of it. So, if you are still on the fence, right, this is your sign to get your ticket. If you are waiting for a sign, if you're looking for your sign, this is it, because we're shutting it down tonight, right? Because literally in a week from now, we will all be together in Atlanta. We'll all be kicking it, having fun, working, learning, networking, all of the things next week. Okay, so again, if you did not get your ticket, we do have virtual available. We do have virtual available. We still have live seats available in our bigger room, right? And so I want you guys to go ahead and get your tickets now, because it shuts down tonight. Okay. It shuts down tonight and it will not reopen. Okay. Registration is shutting down. We are printing out badges. We have our welcome call tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be welcoming everybody that's going to be in Atlanta on Zoom with a special pregame call. Because who loves a good pregame? Who loves a good pregame, right? And so we're going to have our pregame call tomorrow night. And so, again, guys, this is your last opportunity to join this train. This only happens once a year. It only happens once a year in Atlanta, Georgia. There will be no other conferences this year in any other states. I did that in the past. It was too daggone expensive. I can only do this once a year, y'all. I can only do this once a year. So this is your opportunity. Guys, if you have any questions, you can drop it in the chat. You can also email me, janice@theretailgenius.com. If you have any questions, you can also DM me, hit me in the DMs, actually. That'll be the best place. If you have any questions, hit me, go ahead and hit me in the DM. And I'll try my best to get back to you tonight. All right. So I'm going to sign off. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. And if you guys got your tickets, I will see you in Atlanta next weekend. If you didn't, go ahead to beautysupplybootcampweekend.com to get your tickets. All right. Have a good night, y'all.